The 38th The Spot's Crystle Lampitt is here to fill us in on all the fun Earth Day activities coming up.
That's right. So, you know, we just kind of want to celebrate it all week, right? Earth Day. It's a big deal. So actually Earth Day is on Sunday, but there are plenty of ways that you can celebrate this weekend. So starting off on Friday, you can kick off your weekend with an Earth Day bike tour happy hour. Best of both worlds here. This is presented by the Kansas City Community Gardens and Bike Walk KC. So what you'll need to do is arrive at the KC Community Gardens no later than 5:15 because you want to check in, and then the bike ride is going to depart at 5:30 and it will take about an hour. After that you get unlimited beer from Beer Company, and then there will be food for sale by Organic Soul. So tickets are $10 and all the proceeds to that benefit the Gardens and Bike Walk KC, which I love because this is like a great way that you can get a little fitness in and then reward yourself, because that's the best part, right? After the gym, it's like, okay, now I can eat.
You earned that.
You earned those beers. Okay, and then on Saturday, you've probably heard by now, it is opening day at Worlds of Fun. So the Peanuts characters are back, all the rides will be up and running, and plus they're introducing their new ride called the Nordic Chaser. It's a family-friendly ride. And also, if you sign up for a pre-K pass, your kiddos that are aged 3 to 5 get free admission for the whole season. So that's pretty neat. And speaking of free, make sure you guys get outside, take a look at some of the coolest kites over the Metropolitan Community College campus. This is really cool. So from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, there will be activities for kids of all ages and several types of kites flying, including the world's largest windsock. I didn't know we had this. And that windsock is 3 stories high, 200 feet long. And as I mentioned, this is a free event. So that's kind of a cool thing that you can go out and see in your backyard. Had no idea that we had that.
And the creativity that kite flyers come up with is really amazing.
There's like architecture and physics involved. I mean, it is fascinating.
It's fascinating.
So maybe, hopefully, you know, we'll get a nice windy day. And then lastly, on Sunday, Earth Day party continues with Party for the Planet at the Zoo. The Kansas City Zoo will have a variety of activities and exhibitions, all related to sustainability and the environment. Also, you can bring your old small electronics, so your cell phones, like your tablets. You can recycle and you'll get $3 off of your admission. So that's a great way to kind of learn more about the environment, bring the kiddos to that too. And then of course you'll want to wrap up your weekend with some country music and yodeling from a KC favorite. Cassie Joy is on this week's episode of Behind the Spotlight. Take a listen.
I got my red lips, red heels, red dress, I feel it's gonna take no time getting over you and your two-time and big blues. I got nothing to lose, I'm gonna make you wish you had this. I'm trying to tell me that
you were lucky enough to see her perform at Nebraska Furniture Mart last Friday. You know how talented she is. Maybe you saw her on TV working with Blake Shelton on The Voice. You will definitely want to check her out on Behind the Spotlight this Sunday night at 10. Promise it's going to be worth your time. We love Cassie Joy. She's awesome.
She is terrific. Right.
And then, of course, after Behind the Spotlight, it's Nichols at Night, right? And tell us who you have in.
Patty Ryberg, who's a professor at Parkville. She's been on Kansas City Live, and she did a research trip to Antarctica, and it is an amazing story. She brings in some of her stuff, like those big old boots there, and some of the fossils that she found, and it's really a fascinating story. And this local professor is really making international headlines with the lessons she learned and is teaching about the Antarctic and how that affects our environment. It's a perfect, she's a perfect person to talk the night before Earth Day.
She has a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, great.
Very
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Fun stuff.